trying to be fabulous, and welcome to my channel. Welcome to my subscribers. Welcome to my new subscribers, and welcome to those of you who are not subscribed. If you are not subscribed and you enjoy my content, I hope you will consider doing so. And even if you don't enjoy my content, I hope you will consider subscribing because, hey, why not? Where are you going, Millie? I'm being plagued with allergies, so pardon me. So, yeah, today is Snarky Saturday. This is a long one, so it's going to be 2 parts, but, since it's not, as separate as The Revenge of Jacobbly, the second part is probably going to be released on Sunday or Monday, most likely on Monday. Hello? No kissy face. No kissy face. So yeah, the second part is probably going to be released on Sunday or Monday. So let's get to it. Okay, so let's get on with this story. And this is the 3rd time I'm trying to record this, so hopefully 3rd time's a charm. Because I'm beginning to get really annoyed, and I'm beginning to think that I should just give up and maybe try again tomorrow, but I want to get this done. Okay, so entitled sister-in-law stole our baby name and now she regrets it. Hey y'all, long-time lurker and all. Ugh. This is a throwaway account. To cut to the chase, my wife and I spent 4 years trying to get pregnant before the wrong side of 35. We are currently 33 respectfully and are blessed with a wonderful infant son. You keep this in mind because it's important, because they have an infant son, but they're trying to get pregnant again. I guess they want to hurry up and have their babies close together in age. My wife has a younger half sister that she has been low contact with for some time. The woman is entitled and toxic, and also her mother's golden child. We refuse to let her or my mother-in-law in the house since they both blatantly tried to take off with my wife's jewelry box a couple of years ago. The box contained a lot of valuable jewelry that inherited from my wife's grandmother. I can read and speak English, believe it or not. Said jewelry is now in a safety deposit box, as per my suggestion. So yeah, so we're getting off to a good start. Grandma, mother-in-law, and sister-in-law are both pretty interesting people, to put it mildly. Yeah, so, they already tried to steal jewelry. What's stealing a name? No one can claim a name. It's just, you just can't. Okay, and the plot thickens. Okay, so my wife and I had nearly given up trying to conceive when it suddenly happened, and we were ecstatic. After we found out that we were having a boy, we started looking into names. I ended up suggesting the name of my Scottish grandfather, and my wife loved it, so it's the name we settled on. But we made the mistake of posting about it on social media. Well, no surprise to the stereotype of the mess. My sister-in-law was pregnant too, and was months further along than my wife, and also having a boy. She decided to claim my grandfather's name for her own son, and not just the first name, but the middle name too. We called her mad over what she was doing, and she smugly told us there's nothing you can do about it, which she was sort of right, but there was nothing we could do about it legally. It's not a crime to steal a planned baby name. Which is sad but true. You're pregnant, you're gonna be pregnant, don't make this mistake. Don't share your baby names. Just don't do it, because someone will be like, oh, that's such a pretty name, I think I'll take it. And then, even though it was your name and you shared it first, it's gonna look like you're copying them. So yeah, Don't share your baby names. Don't do it. Yeah, don't share your baby names. Let's see. So we realized that drama was exactly what my sister-in-law wanted, and she thought that by taking the name for herself, that we wouldn't be able to use it. I laughed, and I told her that what she did was dirty and underhanded. It is. It's kind of cheeky. I mean, there's no law against using someone's baby name. No one owns a baby name. I don't think you could copyright a baby name. No one owns a baby name, so someone could take it, but it's still kind of sneaky and underhanded when you steal someone's name. We would just keep our chosen name, and she could just deal with it, whether she decides to go through with copying us or not. Well, my sister-in-law's baby daddy called me and said that I was an unreasonable for stealing the name that my sister-in-law had claimed. I said she claimed nothing, and since we couldn't own the name, and neither could they, before he ended the call, he threatened me by saying I'd be sorry if we didn't change the name. Then he hung up, and I couldn't respond. Ooh, scary. Threatening someone over a baby name. That's pretty, to steal the name is one thing, but to threaten someone and say, well, you gotta change the name, that's a whole other thing. You know, because like I keep saying, you don't own the name, they don't own the name, you don't own the name, so you both could use the name. Yep, you don't own the name, they don't own the name. Let's see. Months later, sister-in-law has a healthy baby boy and names him my grandfather's name. You have to be able to see Millie Lou back there. Names him my grandfather's name. We did not show up for the birth, both because of the pandemic. Like I said, this is a very old one. And because we simply didn't want to be there. I didn't want to be there either. Sister-in-law called us wanting congratulations. Of course she would. But we told her we simply didn't care. Did I already read the slide about how they're going to ignore their nephew? Which is kind of sad, because the nephew's going to have to put up with mom for 18 years, or however long, and the nephew didn't decide to be born. The nephew needs solid people in his life. We told her, and that if she was still insisting we change our baby's name, then she would be in for some big disappointment, because we were not. Sister-in-law demanded that I put my wife on the phone, but it was already on speaker, and my wife spoke up and said she agrees with me entirely, but we weren't changing the name. Sister-in-law hung up on us, but soon started sending us email with text walls of names, even suggesting similar ones. I responded back that the name was for my grandfather, and that's why we were not changing it. She shut up, and we didn't hear from her again until after our own son was born. Let me see. So, the sister-in-law has her baby and names the child after these other people. Okay, so 2 months later, we were blessed with our son. He came out perfect, and we named him just as we intended. Well, no surprise, my sister-in-law called us a few days after the birth to scream in our ears that we copied her son's name. I pointed out that she was the real copycat, since she had no familial ties with the name, and we did. And anyone who looks at our family tree could see that. Then my wife spoke and said after the attempted theft of her grandmother's jewelry, she no longer considered sister-in-law her sister, and would have nothing to do with her nephew either. Yeah, I kind of spoke too soon, but yeah, they're cutting the nephew out, as well as the sister and the mother. For months we were bombarded with messages and emails from my wife's side of the family Half were on our side after finding the whole story, and the other half were not. The sister-in-law's baby daddy, true to his word, showed up to my door to make me sorry. I'm not sure what his plan was, but I pretty much towered over him. I am 6'1" and well built from regular exercise and three trips to the gym a week. And he, on the other hand, was a skinny, about 5'6" with a baby face, and that baby face badly hidden by a slim beard. I told him my house has cameras, and get off my property, get off my lawn, and never come back. He just yelled. Yeah, a lot of people have. Let's see. Just yelled a few obscenities at me and drove up in his beat up old car. That wasn't necessary. I mean, he's being a douche canoe from Massachusetts, blowing his douche whistle on the SS douche canoe. But you don't have to point out that he's got a beat up old car, because lots of people have beat up old cars. An older car is not a character flaw. I have an older car. It's a 2019. Would I like a new car? Absolutely. But, you know, car payments, cars are expensive. So yeah, no new car for me. So, the baby daddy's like, I'm gonna come over there and we're gonna settle this man to man. And then he realized that, no, maybe not. And then OP insulted his car, which, like I said, is wrong because, I mean, an old car is not a character flaw. The Benadryl is kicking in. I got Benadryl brain. Yeah, old car is not a character flaw. Okay, so baby daddy got in on it. Baby daddy said he's gonna make other baby daddy sorry. When baby daddy found out he indeed was not going to make other baby daddy sorry. So sister-in-law and mother-in-law called us from a different number to yell at me for making sister-in-law's baby daddy feel emasculated. I didn't even threaten the man. I just told him to leave and not come back. And if he didn't want to feel emasculated, he shouldn't have come a-knocking. That's true. You know, don't fornicate about, and you will not thusly discover. They tried to bring up the issue of the baby name again, and demanded that we change our son's name, as he is so young, and there's still time to do it. We held our ground and told them that they were bonkers to think that they were still right after they copied our choice of name, just to try and get one over on us. I said sister-in-law didn't even name her son out of love, but out of spite, just to try and stick it to my wife for no good reason. Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, you gonna name your baby just to get one over on your sister? See, this woman is shady. She just keeps getting shadier and shadier. Then my wife called them both out on the way she was treated growing up, and how entitled sister-in-law and mother-in-law have always been, and how she was glad to leave them far behind. She wants nothing from them, and they won't get anything from us. And then sister-in-law left sobbing and called me a royal son without a father before hanging up the phone. Sister-in-law left sobbing? I thought they were on the phone. Well, you know, like a lot of times these stories on Reddit, on these things, are very, very creative and exercising creative writing. They never happened. You know, did this happen? Yes. Did this happen? No. And no in yellow. So, yeah. We'll see. Oh, I'm getting so sleepy. The Benadryl is really working on me, doing a number on me. Let's see. So that was NC again. That's no contact. Again, for a little while until sister-in-law called us again sometime later to tell us bitterly that we had won. She and her baby daddy got in a huge fight and he left. He was apparently very sore that sister-in-law didn't even let him give their son a middle name from his family. And he said he was sick of the bull manure and wanted his son named after him and not some guy he wasn't even related to. Sister-in-law finally caved and they got the boy's birth certificate reissued with a completely new name, which cost sister-in-law around $500. Or so she claims. I don't know, it's the federal government. I mean, it's a government of some country, because it's possible that this storyteller is not from the U.S., or so she claims. So sister-in-law demanded that we at least compensate her for the name change, plus another $100 for emotional damage, as she is now going to have to start calling her son by a different name. Oh no. We laughed at this and said it never would have happened if she hadn't stolen our baby name to begin with, and we did not owe her anything. It's true. You stole the name. You can't charge for what you did was never yours to begin with. Even though, like I keep saying, you can't claim names. But like, yeah. She's awful presumptuous to think that she can ask them for money for changing the birth certificate and changing the name. So, since then, we've been NC with sister-in-law and mother-in-law. But my father-in-law, who's a very nice man and divorced from mother-in-law for obvious reasons, would come by often, and he loves his grandson. And from what he and my other relatives have told us, the situation between sister-in-law and her baby daddy was pretty tumultuous. But we don't care. Not our monkeys and not our circus. It's actually not my monkeys, not my circus, but I guess, it's the same thing. We come at it by different measures, but it's still the same thing. So, yeah. Same thing. But I just like the saying said properly. Okay, so that's the whole story. Part 2 with the comments will probably be on Sunday or Monday or maybe Tuesday, because the comments are pretty good too, I think. But like, yeah, the sister-in-law stole the name, and then she lived to regret it. So, I mean, too bad, so sad. Don't steal someone's baby name. Because, I mean, people get so excited. But the thing is I say don't share the baby name, but I don't want to blame the parents completely, because they were just so excited, and then the person stole their name, and it was someone who was close to them. If somebody who was, like, not close to you stole your name, it's like, oh, well, whatever, big deal. But yeah, that's their sister, half sister, because didn't they say this half sister? Yeah, I believe it's a half sister. So, who tried to steal grandma's jewelry, and then, tried to steal the name. Although, you know what? She is the wife's half sister, so grandma left the jewelry to the wife of the OP. So apparently the half-sister thought she was entitled to it instead. Inheritances bring out the worst in people. And it sounds like everything brought out the worst in these people. So yeah, part 2 will be on Sunday or Monday, because I think the comments for this are pretty good. And I will see you all in the next video. And there's our puppy girl. There's my sweet puppy girl. And Annie's over there. She's dreaming about something. So, yeah, and I'll include some cute videos of my doggies. And I will See you all in the next video. And I will sniffle and sneeze. Bye. See you later. Hello, Annie. How are you doing? You were dreaming a little while ago. You were kicking your little legs. You woke up, or are you dreaming with your eyes open? I love you, sweet girl. And there's Millie Lou. Amelia, how are you, sweet girl? Are you sleepy? Are you sleepy? I love you. And I have to log in again. I'm trying to get stupid. No, I don't. No music is playing. I don't care. Okay, I'm about to throw this. I know my computer's protected. Shut up. Okay, so let's start over again. Okay, so, okay, I know. That doesn't matter. What you doing, Annie? I am about to throw this tablet. Avast keeps running and keeps popping up. I guess it's good that it has antivirus on it, but the antivirus is being as annoying as a virus.